Hey Kevin, quick install or quick demo video for you for your TFU2 install. Just got it done this afternoon. I was waiting on the switches that you sent me in the mail. As soon as they got here, I was halfway done with this guy and just waiting for those, so I was able to jump on it. You went with a brown wrap, so I wrapped this handle for you. This is the first time that I've done a wrap, so I hope that this came out the way that you like it. Your front button here is your activation. Your back here will be your auxiliary. I do have your Shtok NPXLs in there. I didn't like how close this blade retention screw was to the top of that pixel connector. You can see the bottom hole in there. So I drilled and tapped another set screw right up top here. It's an 8/32, and then that gives you a little bit more blade depth before biting down into the blade. One thing I'll say about this guy, well, there's a few things. It's a tight fit in here, but this inside piece, this inside emitter, has a tendency to want to come loose if you're putting a blade in and it's tight and you're twisting it in a way as if you're unscrewing it. It's going to make this come loose. So remember, when you're putting your blade in or taking your blade out, go in a clockwise motion on both ways. That way it's like you're tightening it coming in and tightening it going out. That would be the only thing I'd say about this. Did get your jewel in here. I got the extra one that you gave me to pass along, so I do appreciate that. I've got a couple of these coming, so the first person that doesn't have one of those, I will make sure that they get that free of charge installed. So thank you for that. Let's get into the guts. A lot of threads on this pommel, which is fine, that's cool. You do have a CFX install. Here's your chassis. You do have a removable battery. You've got a 24mm Sabre Essentials bass speaker in here. This is from the Custom Sabre Shop. This is the biggest speaker that this guy will take. So 24mm bass speaker. There are two holes here, one here and one here for set screws to hold the chassis in. I did not use them. I backed them out because I had the fit in here to get the board and everything in is so tight, and I struggled to get this chassis in place and locked in. I had to do a lot of sanding, so this guy's not coming out on you. If you do happen to take it out or want to get to your board, you are going to have to pull it out about this far, and then you'll see your SD card right there. You can pop it in and out with a pair of tweezers, but you're going to want to be very patient. Grab it here and just like go back and forth with it just a little bit. Just wiggle it loose. It will eventually come out for you. It's just a very, very tight press fit in there. Not a lot of room in this guy. So, but we did get it. Let me throw a battery in here for you. So when you're putting this handle on, if you're not careful, that it will cross thread right here. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're just having that handle nice and straight. You might feel a little bit of resistance in the beginning, but just work through that, but not too hard, if that makes sense. It does to me because I'm doing it and I made it up, but hopefully if you got any questions, let me know. All right, by the time you get that pommel screwed on, that board's probably going to go to sleep on you, so we'll wake it back up.
Months of attacking Imperial targets, and Vader sends a boy to fight me?
NPXL's working good. Smooth swing. Auxiliary. We're going to throw a test blade in it. It does take a 1-inch diameter blade. We'll throw a test blade in it. My blade's been sanded down quite a bit, so it's not tight for me. I did have a piece of new blade stock that I use sometimes to help me get the pins all the way down when I first put the pixel holder in, and that was tight. So that lets me know that a brand new 1-inch diameter blade is probably going to be a little stiff in this guy. We'll wake it back up. That looks way better. Lights up nice and good, everything's working. Tap for blaster deflect. Hold for blade lockup. As always, to change blade effects when the blade is on, hold down your auxiliary and twist your wrist, but keep the button held down until you hear this.
Blade profiles.
And then you could twist the hilt. Of course, every click is going to be a different blade effect for you. So we'll go with that one. When you find one that you like, just, let me find it. When you find one you like, just tap the button. Flash on flash. Change color, hold down the auxiliary and twist your wrist and then let go. Cycling through colors really well. And then we'll stop. We'll pick green. So you can see everything's working really well on this guy. Like I said, two things just to keep in the back of your head. Putting the blade in and taking the blade out. If you have to twist it, twist clockwise as if you're tightening it. That way that keeps that emitter tight and it keeps that set screw lined up too. Because you can see these two guys are lined up right now. If it goes, you know, if it cockeyes on you, you won't be able to get there, but you can just grab this lip and put it back. But that's a way to solve that problem. If I had known that this had unscrewed like that while I was putting the pixels in, I would have glued that down, those threads down for you, but I didn't even realize it did that until the very end. And then the last thing I would say to keep in the back of your mind is if you ever need to slide your chassis out to get to your board, just remember I did not use the set screws because of the tight press fit. Just grab it and be very gentle with it and be patient until you get it out. I mean, you could pull that from this right here, you could probably pull that thing out to about right here, but you don't need to pull it out that far. You can just pull it out about here to get to your board, and then also sliding it back in, you know, be gentle with it and patient as well. So it's definitely not going to move around on you. This is a very solid build. So hope it turned out the way you like, and we'll get it out to you in the mail tomorrow. Thanks.